discovered that Montessori parents are having trouble understanding the work that we're doing in the classroom and how that correlates to child development. And they want to have an understanding of that is more clear. We've also talked to different teachers, and we wanted to create a language that is more consistent across the board for all of Montessori teachers, and a language that is clear outside of the Montessori world as well, so that families and parents and other educators outside of Montessori are able to look at our report and understand the developmental progress that a child makes in the Montessori classroom.
So to start our research, we decided that we would use the progress reports that are essential currently at the schools and see whether or not the parents understood the developmental link between Montessori practical life and sensory materials and the developmental standards. Well, 91% of the parents reported that they did understand. Their comments told us a different story. They started to ask for a glossary of the materials. They started to ask for us to explain what progressing was, and to give more clarification. So we developed the tool that we created that was a progress report that would allow that to happen, that we would give more definition to progressing. And we handed that back out to the parents, and we asked whether or not this tool would allow them to understand more clearly what progressing looks like through these materials. It was eye-opening for them to realize that they didn't understand all of the material, but that they found this tool that defined the beginning stages, the progressing, the advancing, and the independent stages of each lesson, and it allowed them to understand it more fully. So we asked the teachers as well whether it was helpful for them, and they said that they found it to be a useful tool that allowed them to have consistent language and could start a discussion between the parent and the teacher as well.
And the other thing we did was we listed the skills, the developmental skills that each of the activities leads to. And I think that we found very helpful for the teachers to be able to not just say to the parents, oh, they're doing the knob cylinders right now, but to say, you know what, he's learning visual discrimination, he's learning problem-solving skills, he's developing his pencil grasp, etc. So again, creating one language that we can all use to describe the progression of the child in the Montessori classroom, but also to have a standard and a measurement so that we can get outside of the Montessori world and become more accountable.
Yeah. So our hope in the future is that we can continue the exploration of this tool and see whether or not it is useful to the Montessori community as a whole. Our survey sample was small, it was 2 schools, but the feedback was incredible. And we would love to see whether or not a tool that is consistent and is precise would help the Montessori community be able to be consistent and precise throughout the country, throughout every school, and understand the progression so that everyone understands what practicing means in the classroom.